Hi again everyone. This is the fifth and the last video where we discuss common mistakes sales do and these that should be avoided. The first one is that we will all believe that we can win all deals. This is one of my favorites, and it is one of my favorites because I also fall into this trap, believing that I can win all deals. Losing is inevitable. Salespeople need to be ready for this scenario. Salespeople are stubborn, they like winning. It is in their blood and their mindset, and this is expected as they need to have such mindset to push forward a deal. Sometimes, though, such mindset makes them living in an illusion, and we all come to a stage we cannot believe we lost a deal. The reality, though, as well as what statistics show, only one deal out of around 10 will be won, the rest will not. Often we blame others and external factors we lost a deal. Most of the times, though, it is our fault we lost them. There can be many reasons to lose a deal, from not identifying qualifying properly the opportunity, not following them closely when they are in advanced stage in the pipeline, not approaching the right stakeholders, and many, many more. Accepting the fact noted above is the first step for a healthy sales life. Of course, accepting that we will sometimes lose doesn't mean we shouldn't do what we can to win the deal. By accepting, I don't mean stop fighting for it. The second step after accepting this fact is to use this experience for our benefit. One thing we can do is to learn and use the experience from a lost deal into the next one. Try to find out what went bad, what should be improved next time. Losing a battle is an amazing school to learn. Let's now talk about another mistake, that of trying to close a deal at any cost. Being desperate to win a deal and a client is not a good thing. It's shown in your face, in your attitude, in your reactions. Being desperate in general is not a good skill or trait one should show in sales, as the job requires a constant deep thinking of what's best to do, not emotional decisions. In my opinion, staying calm and being able to think thoroughly and clearly in stressful situations when clients' management and budget push for target realization is possibly the most important skill one has to have. I do understand, though, why so many people try to win deals at any cost. Firstly, it is difficult. I fully understand for a salesperson to have the stamina, the persistence, but at the same time the calmness to deal with strict budget deadlines. Is it the commission plan that is driving you? An area that creates considerable problems is the sales commission plan in place. Unfortunately, they are sometimes so badly designed that they drive salespeople to wrong behaviors. Salespeople tend to think about the short-term benefits, not focusing on the long-term value for them and the company. They do everything they can to work the commission plan and its quick impact to their pocket without thinking the damage the behavior may do. Here are a few tips that come in mind. Don't over-promise to a client. You represent a company and that company has certain resources. You cannot promise the moon and the stars without checking that the company can deliver. Don't go cheap, go fair. Once you start being cheap, the client knows it, and this will not be fair, equal partnership. The expectation the client will have at the end will be difficult to manage. Don't push the client for the sale. So many salespeople use techniques like, I don't want to lose the discount package we have this month, this is not working, they try something different. The client, especially in bigger deals, needs time to go through processes to decide. Next one to talk about is about believing the client will take a decision in the first meeting. Prospecting to a client is a journey, it's not a race. It takes time, a lot of consideration from the client until they decide whether to buy or not. And this is a normal buying thinking process that applies not only in B2B environment, but also in B2C. Even when a buyer is in a must-have mode to buy something they need, under normal circumstances, they will check a couple of different competitors before deciding. Let's look at the buyer's world. Let's say that you reach out to someone and you pitch your product. The client didn't have the intention to buy, but they're considering it. Depending on the product you sell, there are many reasons why your product cannot be bought instantly. Let's see some of them. The client needs to see clearly the return on investment on buying your product. Have you shown related case studies? Have they talked to your references? They may also need to see how this purchase affects their current status quo. Do they need to make changes to personnel? Do they need something to run and administer your product? Is this change going to affect the current value chain, and what is affected there? There may be a formal due diligence process of the organization they should follow. Possibly, the buying process might need to follow strict processes the firm has, for example, going through their procurement team. How would this purchase affect cash flows and budgets? One way or another, you need to guide your potential client to see the answer to their questions. Enjoy the journey, don't rush it. Another interesting topic, and in the same time a mistake in sales we should avoid, is trying to close the sale in the first meeting. Every time I think of a new mistake to talk about, I'm getting excited about, simply because of their significance in sales. Somebody will argue that this topic is targeting more B2B, heavy sales, where sales cycles are long, decision-making processes are complex. I would argue that this is not the case. The process even in B2B selling to SMEs or even B2C might be different, buying reasoning differs, but there's still a buying process, even unconsciously in people's mind when considering buying a product. Especially when selling to someone that is not coming as an inbound lead, hence half ready to buy, the decision can still be complex. When you suggest a new idea or a new product to a lead, you almost always ask the buyer to change their status quo, which is one of the hardest things to do. We have all experienced clients sometimes also do nothing, taking no decision, so even inertia in that case is considered the status quo and apparently a difficult one to change. This is why the objective in the first meeting is not to sell. The first meeting is the one you should have a discussion to learn about the client. Even if you try to research about them before the meeting, the information you can get in a face-to-face discussion is much richer. This is your opportunity to learn about the client's objective and plans, their views on the market, the challenges they face. From your side, this is the moment to gain credibility and build trust. This is when you establish connection by sharing valuable information to the client that can help them later in their business. Consult them, give them important market insights they might not know today without selling your product. Clients need their time to decide, not only to understand that you are a credible partner, but also to work how a new solution would affect their business. Clients need to be nurtured and guided into this journey, and such journey takes time. Thank you very much for watching even this video. See you again.